Well, we're on. We
Oh,
are
right now?
on. We are very much on. Good morning, everyone. You've got the Aired Out podcast from the ASB Financial Studios and Fly on the Wall Productions, Main Street in Barrie. Paul Brody with us this morning. And I'm seeing, Paul, already that we have a, looks like a winter weather advisory.
Yeah, from 12 today to 7 tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Do you know more than what
Temperatures
I know?
are rising, and we're going to have rain tonight, and then it's supposed to turn to snow tomorrow.
Is
Similar
that
to last
it?
Thursday. That's what it was a couple days ago. I was looking at it, but I don't know.
Yeah, mixed precipitation. Total snow and or sleet accumulation up to 1 inch. Ice accumulation up to 1/10 of an inch. Whatever the hell that is. What is 1/10 of
I have
an
no
inch?
idea.
I mean, what? Okay, so why do
don't
they...
know. I don't know.
You're thinking, oh, I know exactly what 1/10 of an inch looks like. That's what I'll expect to on my windshield. What
Well, I have my ruler, and if it doesn't measure up, I call and leave a complaint.
do you?
Yeah, I fact check them.
What if... So if it's more or less than 1/10 of an inch,
Well,
and you religiously do this.
There's an allowable variance of plus or minus 1/10 of an inch.
That's it.
So,
And then you get upset if it's off.
yeah, by more plus or minus 1/10 of an inch.
You have every right to.
Yeah.
You have
They
every right
declared
to.
it. They're the ones that declared it in a warning.
Yeah, I mean 1/10. From you said noon today, yes, till 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So plan on some slippery roads, some hazardous conditions, especially for the commute Wednesday morning. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. This is time number 2 of our regular stint here.
Right on. My residency.
Your residency, yes, here in Vegas. We're going to check in just a little bit with Constantine Maroulis, who is the lead singer of Foreigner's Journey, which is a tribute act honoring the music of Foreigner and Journey. And they are touring all over God's country, and they're stopping off here in the Granite City.
Which one is God's country?
What's that?
Which one is God's country?
Well, it's all God's country.
I was gonna say.
It's all God's country. But yeah, they're making their way to Barrie next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, and they're going to rock the house, the Barrie Opera House. So we're going to check in with Constantine. This guy was on American Idol about 13 years ago, and all of the judges, which was Paul Abdul, Randy Jackson.
I'm shrugging because I'm not on camera right now, but I want to let everybody know that I have no idea who the judges
are. You're on camera.
I am the side.
Oh, you're on camera.
I thought the other side was the active side.
Oh, no,
Whoops.
You're saying you've never watched American Idol?
I have not.
Ever?
I've seen clips of it.
Kathy doesn't watch American Idol?
No,
What?
she likes Dancing with the Stars.
All right.
That's on, and I don't watch it.
Well,
This thing's so interesting.
Simon Cowell just blasted him, and
In a bad way? Like, he's the
just,
complaining judge?
Yeah, he's just so insulting, so snide.
Everyone who
never liked that.
who
guy.
wants to check Simon's opinion, go to the Barrie Opera House in 2 weeks. You can
Well,
see it
yeah.
for yourself.
Well, that's right. That's right. We're going to check in with him in just a little bit. Paul Brody, if you're just tuning in and seeing this handsome devil on camera, you are, what is the LACBD ABCD? What's the acronym for what you have next to your name?
You do this all the time.
Well, I know, because I haven't written it down. Where's my pencil?
Licensed
know
alcohol
I don't
and drug
know.
counselor.
How am I supposed to know these things?
You don't need to.
Licensed
Alcohol and drug counselor. You don't have to know it. It's fine.
and drug counselor. No, I do have to know that. I do have
But that's
to know.
just my day job. That's not what I'm doing here.
That's true. That's true. By the way, before I forget, February, I think it's, I got to go back and look at the calendar. I think it's the 17th. Rick Barnett's going to be in here.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're coming in, right?
That's here then.
Yes.
Yeah, you sent the message to save that time and date or you'd break my legs. So I did save the time and date, but I wasn't sure where or what. But okay,
I
I'll
said
be here that day.
I said that I was going to break them one at a time.
One at a time. Correct.
If you were not here,
I wasn't accurate in my report there.
Good. So you'll be here.
I'll be here. I use my legs every day, and I enjoy them.
This is, and I just posted, I think yesterday. Yesterday was called Blue Monday.
That's a great song. But I like the cover by the band Orgy. I think it was 1998, 99.
Blue Monday. Wait,
Yeah.
was that? Well, yeah.
Yeah, Blue Monday.
Was that Foreigner?
No, it was like New Wave or something. I don't remember who did the original. I'm gonna ask this thing.
Oh my God!
I got to do this.
Well, Blue Monday.
Whatever. Okay, yeah, what was Blue Monday?
Is supposedly the saddest day of the year.
New Order was the name of the band.
All right, I'm
It's a great
thinking.
song.
I'm thinking of a song that has the words Blue Monday, and I think it's Foreigner.
The Carpenters.
Constantine will help us.
Yes, I hope so.
this.
That'd be the first question. We have one question for you. One question only. If you do not know the answer to this question, the call ends.
But apparently the saddest day of the year, and I'm not sure why January 16th is pinned with this, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the solstice or the amount of daylight hours or whatever. But this is, I was thinking, maybe I'll talk with Paul about this a little bit. That so many of us are affected by this seasonal adjustment disorder,
Seasonal affective disorder.
Yes, seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD.
Mm-hmm. I know nothing about it.
Okay.
Other than that.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and I know your specialty is the drug and alcohol counseling, but do you ever deal with people that are affected by the lack of sunlight, by the long, dreary, cold?
Yeah, a lot of people report that.
What do you say to them?
I don't know. I'm not in that mode right now.
You're just such a regular dude.
I don't know. I mean, all right. So we got to pretend that you're saying it to me right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you say
I'd say look it up.
Get one of those therapy lights? And
I would suggest looking into it. I wouldn't prescribe it because I haven't used one myself, so I don't really know the details on it. But there are reports that they're useful for people.
Yeah.
I do know somebody right now that's dealing with he gets a real bad seasonal affective disorder, or I don't even know if it's a diagnosis, but people it's one of those things where people throw it around. I have this, but I guess it is. I don't even know, but it's just the lack of sunshine, and so then they equate that with lack of vitamin D, and almost every time when they're prescribing SSRIs, these antidepressants and stuff nowadays, they're prescribing vitamin D as well. So vitamin D is pretty useful in mood and sleep regulation, I think, and
vitamin B too.
Vitamin B as well. Yeah.
What, B12?
Well, all these building blocks. The way I always talk to people about nutrition, and this kind of goes in line with it. If consider yourself like a Lego set. And so let's say you're trying to build the fire station, but you have the town center building blocks. Like you have the set for the town center. You probably have a lot of the same pieces. So you're following the fire department instructions, but you don't have the right colored blocks, maybe not the right length. So you got to use a 3 and a 1 instead of a 4. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So you're building the Lego set.
Sadly, I do know what you're talking about.
So you're building the Lego set, but you don't have the right pieces for the instructions you're trying to build. And so it's going to end up looking like the thing you want, but not exactly the thing you want. And so we're the same way. We have building blocks. We have vitamins and minerals and all these things that we have to eat, all this nutritional stuff, whatever these different things are. They tell us you have to have so many of these every day. You have to have that. Those are the building blocks for your cells. And so your cells are going to replicate and build, but if the right pieces aren't there, then it might not build properly.
But isn't
That's just theory. That's just my way of looking at it. I don't know.
Yeah, but what I say is, I don't know, just my thought on this is that, yes, eating the right foods certainly important, because we've all heard that so many of the answers lie in our food that we eat, whether it's inflammation, depression, whatever it may be. So yeah, we need to eat less crap and more good stuff that's packed with nutrients and vitamins, especially during the winter. Keep us healthy. And not rely so much on the magic pill of the vitamin as a quick fix. And having a little bit of light therapy, these are things that could collectively all help, but definitely not the final answer to this. I mean, just because you eat broccoli on a Wednesday night and you have a light shining in your face for 20 minutes doesn't mean you're going to be happier that week. You've got.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. You son of a bitch. but you've got to keep exploring other things and do other things.
Well, what if that works though? Why would you have to do anything else?
Well, that's.
So, have you eaten broccoli on a Wednesday night and shined a light in the right light, the proper UV kind of light stuff? Have you done that for 20 minutes on Wednesday night and woke up Thursday and felt better?
I haven't.
Well, try it out. I mean, because if you wake up the next morning and feel better, then you think, well, I guess that worked. I'll do it again. And maybe you see. That's
Screw
the way,
everyone else.
Yeah. But that's the way we do these things. That's what my dad always said, like with different kinds of vitamins or minerals. He tried all kinds of different stuff. It improves nutrition.
Sure.
And he said he would take it and see if he felt anything different. If he felt better, he'd keep taking it.
Right.
If he didn't feel better, they'd stop taking it. And so it's just trial. It's just experimentation. We're all scientists.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
You say, I have a hypothesis. If I take this vitamin D supplement, I'll feel better. And then maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe it's the right kind of vitamin D supplement your body can absorb. Maybe it's not, because apparently there's a lot of gray area on that. And
yes.
The protection agencies aren't so protective as sometimes people might want to think.
Interesting.
And so some of these things come out saying, and a lot of these supplements aren't even monitored by anybody. And it says it right on the bottle. So this hasn't been checked by anybody.
Yeah.
So it's just the company who's trying to sell you this thing.
Right.
But I don't know.
And understood. But, just try a multitude of things.
Right. Well,
try to get some fresh air if you can.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And maybe, if the sun is shining on your front porch, maybe you're not able to get some exercise. You're not able to walk, whatever. But if the sun is shining on your front porch, even though it's colder than balls out, maybe just go outside and just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths of that cold air and let some sun on your face for even 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is how long it stays light up here during,
right. Yeah.
during the winter.
Well, I was down in my office the other day, and I drove because I was just coming down for one session. I drove down, and it was all sunny down here. It's like 11 o'clock, and then I drove back home, and I was thinking, oh, good, this is going to melt the ice on my driveway. And I get home, and it's all shade. It's all dark because we're at the base of Corey Hill. And so the trees at the top, the sun is like, you can see it right at the top of the trees. If the leaves were on the trees, I wouldn't be able to see the sun at all, kind of thing. And so it's just streaming through a little bit, so it didn't melt my driveway.
So it was just slick?
It's crunchy and chunks of. Well, it was Friday morning. I should have gone out earlier and shoveled the slush. We had like 2 inches of slush in the driveway. It's amazing stuff. Walking in this is really cool because it looks like slush, but then you step in it, and it feels like water. But then it feels like you're stepping in water, but then your footprint remains.
And
so it's really cool.
It
and
will
then
be
it stays there forever
until
June.
I was going to say the end of July.
So I made a couple passes, but I'm on my way in after the kids got on the bus, and I was coming in my office. I made a couple passes with the shovel, hoping to drain it because there are a couple like points where I know the water drains from.
Sure.
So I just made a couple, and now so I got like this section at the bottom of my driveway, which is this sheet, and then a section at the top of the driveway. I chipped away at it a little bit on Sunday.
And if you get your firewood stacked in that shit, your firewood's going to be there forever.
Right.
I mean, you're never
we've experienced that at my parents' house before in the past.
Could hit it with a 20-pound sledgehammer, and it's not going to move.
Turtle shell of ice all over it.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man. I just, this is just, it's just a time of year when people can get a little isolated, a little closed in, and we need to kind of get out and get some fresh air and meet some people and, at least get on the phone and talk with people and just get connected because, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just...
Well, there's 5 things that one of my professors had said that he recommended for everybody he was working with for depression. And so you got nutrition, exercise, sleep, doing things you enjoy, and spending time with good people. So those 5 areas, if you approach those 5... So like you're saying, it's not just get the vitamin D and vitamin B supplements. There's also go outside when it's sunny or get the fresh air. And so there's all these different elements, spending time with people. So you just said it all pretty much. But those 5 areas, nutrition, sleep, exercise, spending time with people that are, that make you feel better.
Right.
And doing things you enjoy.
Yeah, even if it's by phone, even if it's limited to just that or a video call. Mm-hmm. We were chatting a little bit last Tuesday just about New Year's resolutions.
Wednesday.
Or is that
Let's
when
be
it was?
Accurate. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Wednesday. Because Tuesday had all the technical difficulties.
Oh, that's right.
This is why some people find me annoying, because I remember things like that.
We were talking.
I think I do.
We were talking about New Year's resolutions and the pressure that we put on ourselves. And I even posted up last night, like the average person doesn't make it really past like 60 days.
You would also posted something. I think Friday was the day that most people quit their resolutions.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the 16th. It's not the 16th,
yeah.
though? I mean, that wasn't the 16th.
I think it was the 16th, which was yesterday.
Oh, right. I think you typed it funny.
Yeah. But we give up.
So that's the Blue Monday then. That's the day you give up your resolutions.
I think so. It all comes together. Isn't it amazing how we all start out, so positive? Right after Christmas, the New Year's coming.
Because it's an event.
Yeah,
it's a big event, but then we don't practice. Like I said last week, we don't. Well, parroting Joe Dispenza, we don't practice that. That change. We don't practice the new thoughts, and so it doesn't stay.
We are as human beings, we're so imperfect, but we have these preconceived notions that we're going to be able to just make change quickly, and everything is going to be honky dory so quickly, and we're going to be able to turn it around. We get anxious for change, and that when we don't see the results, whether it's whatever, you fall off the wagon from drinking, or you you go a couple of weeks without smoking a cigarette, and then you smoke one, or you're not losing the weight as fast as you want to, whatever it may be, we have got to just realize that we're not going to always succeed as quickly as we want to. And some of us get very impatient. And then when we don't, we just say, fuck it. And we just give up on everything. And then we get depressed and we go right back to our bad habits.
We stay in the comfort area.
Exactly.
When you whatever your behavior is today, your thoughts and stuff today, that's your comfort zone, because that's where you are. Even if it's not comfortable, we can learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
And so then that change is going to become uncomfortable, but it's a new uncomfortable. So it's more uncomfortable than the uncomfortable we're already in, which we've pretended that it is comfortable.
Right. It almost seems like when we retract back, it's almost worse. I don't know.
Sometimes it can be.
It just, I don't know, man. We've got to, and we need the help of others. We need the help of family and friends to help us make sure that we're staving off the blues, man. That we're.
You don't need the help of others.
Well, sometimes we do, my man. Sometimes we do. I don't know.
Well, until you've increased your awareness. Oh, again, this is just my opinion, right?
Yes.
Just my opinion. But until you've increased your awareness to the level of inner peace is inner, and no thing external is going to make or break that peace, and then you don't need the help of others. But I hear what you're saying, and yes, and for most of us, we're in a situation where I haven't ascended anywhere. I'm still here, so
yeah.
But I do think, and I think that's the goal for me. If I have goals at all, my intention is to get to a point where I'm feeding myself from internally. I don't need anything externally to influence my feelings in any direction. But other people are very helpful, and it's again, you just enjoy life, and there's a lot of enjoyment with other people. I think you can have joy in isolation.
Yeah,
but most people don't.
I think it was Rusty Deweese that told me a long time ago, and I don't know if you've ever sat down and had a conversation with Rusty?
No, I'm pretty sure I've met him.
Oh my God,
along the way somewhere.
Fantastic. That something like it was something like once you can get to the point, and I'm not quoting him, but it was something like once you can get to the point in your life where you can learn to kick your own ass, and not need others to help you do that, you'll be great. Mm-hmm. You'll be great.
And by that you mean motivate yourself?
Yeah, just
Yeah. Intrinsic motivation.
Intrinsic motivation. We have to talk about that.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's what it was that I said I was going to read up on, and then last night I was thinking, I told him I was going to look at something, and I forgot what it was, and then I didn't look. As soon as you said that.
Yeah. I want to give a call to Konstantin Maroulis, see if we can get him on the line here.
All right.
He is the lead singer of Foreigner's Journey.
Good morning.
There he is.
Foreigner's Journey.
Yeah, baby! What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good. Are we live? Are we live on the radio?
We're live on the radio. Yes, we are live right now.
Excellent.
Good morning, my man. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, what was it like right out of the chute this morning? What was it like to deal with Simon on American Idol? I mean, you were so graceful. I saw the look on your face. And Paula Abdul and who was it, Reggie, right?
Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, yes.
Yeah,
Reggie.
And they were kind to you, but what was it? How did you take that from Simon? What did you do? How did you keep that? You kept that smile on your face, bro.
A couple things. I think I was a little older. I came from a conservatory background. I had graduated Boston Conservatory, Berklee College of Music. I had already been on Broadway tours and Rent and traveled with my band, etc. I think when I came there to the big audition back in the day, they used to do these like cattle call. 30,000 people would show up. It was insane. I think they sort of had the cameras right on me right away. They're like, who is this guy? I had just come off Rent tour. I had my leather on. I was in a band. I was from New York, all of this stuff, right? So I think there are a few components. Like, I think they just recognized this would be good TV, and so the sort of yin and the yang with Simon was just good and healthy, and he would kind of check me and my ego, and I would kind of play like obnoxiously humble and modest, but with a little, arrogance. And I think it just was good TV, and off camera, we were very cool. I've hung with him. He's a great guy. I've learned a lot from him over the years, and truly an awesome experience. I mean, back in the day, man, the whole world was watching, so it was a lot of fun.
That was, I can't believe that was, what was 13, 14 years ago, something like that, right?
It's more like 17. It was like 2005. We're getting old, bro.
Wow. God, man.
Yes.
So 2009, you're at the Tony Awards, Rock of Ages. I mean, this was a Broadway show too that you were on.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, after the Idol stuff, a lot of things come my way. I was developing a TV show with Kelsey Grammer. I had, a record deal in place, and I was doing this record with Queen at Hollywood Records as well, like all these kind of crazy things, auditioning for movies and Broadway shows. But I had met the producers for Rock of Ages quite early on, and we sort of high-fived up at CAA, the big agency. They truly played me a mixtape, like 80s style, and they're like, this is the show, basically. It's a mixtape show. And I was like, cool. So we developed it. 2008, we opened off Broadway, built it up, grew it, word of mouth. By spring of 2009, we opened on Broadway and dominated the Tony season. And we were, something different. We broke the mold of what a Broadway show could be and ran about a decade. And, I was honored to be nominated for the Best Actor by the Tony Committee and my community, and just a dream come true to create a role in an iconic show like that, for sure.
That's fantastic. I got to ask you, when you came back for, I think it was it might have been your second round, with American Idol. When you were saying you're going to do Bohemian Rhapsody, that's nobody says they're going to do Bohemian Rhapsody unless they're really, really confident that they can pull it off. And I was like, oh man, this guy has one crack at this to knock it out of the park, and you did.
Well, thank you. I had I had a good team there. That was actually during my original run on American Idol. And not to show my age, but it was the theme of the week was songs from the year you were born. And I was born in the middle 70s in 1975. And so Bohemian Rhapsody popped up, and they're like, "You can't do this song. It's like 10 minutes long."
Yeah.
So, well, I have an idea. I have an idea how to cut it, and I think it could be really fun. And it's become sort of my signature song, as far as other people's material goes. And I got to meet Brian May. I did a record with Gavin DeGraw and Los Lobos and Joss Stone called Killer Queen, where we recorded all these great Queen songs. And Brian and I were in touch. He loved Rock of Ages. He was working on a show called We Will Rock You, which is a catalog show of all Queen songs. It's mainly run in Vegas and Toronto and some in the West End. It hasn't come to New York. I don't know that it will. It's an interesting show, but of course those songs are just amazing. And at the time they weren't touring. They weren't thinking of getting Queen back together. And then, I had a hit show, and then Adam Lambert came along, who I've known even before American Idol, because he was in Wicked and all of this. And I just think right place, right time, right performer. And look what they've done, and then the movies. So I feel like in a way I helped put Queen back into the conversation, kind of like Wayne's World did when we were kids. I think that's how Bohemian Rhapsody got introduced to certainly my generation. I didn't grow up with the song, but when it was in Wayne's World, it was like, oh my God, this song's amazing.
Yeah, I think Freddie would be proud, man. You crushed it. I had the wow factor on the face when I went back and watched that. But
well, thank you. That was a good moment for me, for sure. You could, back then, 30 million people a night watching it, like 3 nights a week from January to June. You could feel like the earth kind of move a little bit, on when you had a moment on a show like that. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I mean, obviously it was going to be Carrie Underwood from day one. And she's a huge star and an incredible talent. But for me, it was just like impact as much as we can and stay on as long as we can. And then hopefully, parlay into some other vehicle, for sure.
And you got a great career out of it, man. Here you guys are touring around A Foreigner's Journey. You're going to be making a stop here in the Granite City next weekend. Tickets are still on sale at the Barry Opera House, barryoperahouse.org. We're going to be chatting with Dan Casey, I think, as we get a few days away from the show. But thank you in advance for coming to Barry and bringing the music of Foreigner and Journey. You guys, obviously, you're hammering away at at all of the hits, and you're performing in front of tens of thousands of people, if not more. I mean, it's so impressive. I haven't seen it, but I've seen some YouTube of it. Incredible.
Well, thanks, man. Foreigner's Journey has become really a blessing. Certainly an extension of my work on Rock of Ages on Broadway, using the great catalogs of Foreigner and Journey, as you mentioned, as a baseline. We've created this classic rock experience. It's not like a straight up tribute where we dress up like the band or anything like that. Everything's interpreted sort of my way. And lots of medleys and mashups. We introduce some other songs from the genre, some other things from Rock of Ages. We play a couple of my original songs, which you can find all over Spotify or at ConstantineMaroulis.com. I have a new album in the works for this year, 23, but my most recent album, Until I'm Wanted, is available there as well. So we play a couple of those tunes. It's been an awesome ride. I think certainly coming out of the shutdowns, everyone toured at once, right? So we offer this amazing, affordable experience where you get to hear all these great songs. You get to experience some songwriter stuff of mine. Me, the hits, you loved Rock of Ages. So it's just good math, and the band is great. I went to college in Boston, as I mentioned earlier. Most of the guys are from the Boston area. I love Vermont. I grew up a fish head, when I was a kid. So, and skiing with all my North Jersey friends up in Vermont. And so it'll be just great to play the Opera House. I've heard so much about it. What a beautiful jewel box space it is. So we're stoked.
Yeah, I mean the music of Steve Perry, the voice of Steve Perry, Freddie Mercury. Wow, dude, I'm guessing you're pounding the lemon juice before the show. But is there final question? Do you what's the what's some of the more obscure stuff that you like? Some of the B-side stuff. I know that you do a lot of the hits of Foreigner and Journey, but what's some of the B-side stuff that you grew up with and you love?
Of those two acts, or in general?
In general.
In general, I have an older brother and sister. I'm the youngest of three. They're much older than me. And we left the city when I was very young, Brooklyn, New York, grew up in New Jersey. My brother is an underground icon, Ethan Maroulis. If you Google him, he's got hundreds of records. And so he introduced me not only to like all the great jazz era and classic rock, but all of the, Bowie and the Bauhaus and the Smiths and the Cure and things like that, Echo and the Bunnymen, and just a lot of cool sort of underground stuff. Certainly, obviously, Beatles and Stones, and grew up in the 80s with the pop music. And my sister was into new wave, so early, even U2 and the Police and such, even before they kind of really blew up. But I'm in like 5th grade. It's Madonna, it's Prince, it's Michael Jackson, it's The Boss, it's MTV. So it's all going off. And then come the 90s, I'm in high school. I loved the grunge scene. That was like my favorite stuff. But mix in a lot of musical theater and Jesus Christ Superstar, the original Brown record. And,
I remember.
Jeff Buckley and everything else. I think there's a big mix of sort of a palette there for me. But yeah, for sure, grew up with some of the B-side stuff as well.
Wow. Can't wait to meet you, man.
Roxy Music. He got me into Roxy Music, all that stuff,
Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to have you here. Again, thank you in advance for coming to Barrie. It's fantastic. And thanks to John Self for setting this up. We appreciate him so much. Bro, keep on doing it, man. We can't wait to have you here.
Thank you. And yeah, shout out to our boy there. I know he's home with his son. They're a little under the weather, but kid's a champion, and everything they're going through, just good vibes to them. And to you guys, really excited about this year and excited to hit Barrie and the Opera House. And thank you for having me, bud.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, peace.
Konstantin Maroulis, lead singer of Foreigner's Journey, coming here next weekend. Get your tickets while you can. Paul Brody is with us, our guest this morning. Every Tuesday, you and I are going to be kind of chewing the fat a little bit and talking about the bigger picture of life, the meaning behind it, of our purpose here on this planet. What the hell are we doing? How can we enrich our lives better, make more of ourselves, improve? And I think one of the biggest things that we drove home last time I had you on was it's not so much that it's a new year and that we have flipped the calendar to January, and more of just look back at the past year of your life and say, I'm going to be better going forward. It doesn't matter if it's a combination of 22 and 23, or if it's 23 and 24, but just be a better person, be happier.
Yeah, just be in the now.
Be in the now.
Just always right now. There is no past.
Yeah. There's
no past. Think about something in the past. Is it happening to you right now? No, you might have feelings, but you're creating some feeling about something that it's not happening to you right now.
And there's
no future either.
You have said this to me in the past. Did I just say the T word? No, but and I've argued with.
I said it in a previous now. Right, I'm just playing. No, I use past and future all the time.
I've argued with you about this. That I've said that the past that can very much influence.
Absolutely influences you.
How you are now.
Right. Well, it influences you in the moment. In that moment, in that past moment, it influences you, and then you carry it forward. You become new. Every moment you become new. So in that moment, you became new, and then you carried that thing with you. But now it's not happening to you right now. So let's say you were, you fell off your roof. Okay, so you fell off your roof, you hurt yourself really badly, and you might think about that right now. You might think, well, I fell off my roof and it hurt. I broke something or whatever. Or you might be, I have to climb up on my roof to fix something. I don't want to go up there because I remember one time I fell off. But it's not happening. You're not falling off right now. I mean, unless you take that perspective of there is no time and all things are happening all at once. Slaughterhouse 5, which I'm down with. I think that sounds pretty cool. But but it's either all happening at once or whatever. So, but you think back, the thing isn't happening now, but you have a memory of it. And so because of that memory of it, because of the story that you gave it when it happened, you're creating a feeling right now, in this new moment, you're creating a feeling based on that. But it has no power over you or anything. It's not happening to you. You're only reacting to it.
Folks that are watching, listening right now, are going to be hearing, going forward, with Paul Brody, going to be hearing the words Joe Dispenza an awful lot. This is a man who he's just like the perfect example of taking the past, no matter what it is, and learning from it, but also letting it go and being present with where we are right now at this very moment. Not just in life this week, but where we are in our lives right now.
Rupert Spira is another good name for that kind of thing. I don't know anything about Rupert Spira. A friend of mine sent me a video, and I watched it, and it's him sitting on a stage with an audience, and they ask him questions, and he answers the question, and these are his videos, just 5-10 minutes long, where they're talking, where someone asks a question, he answers it, and he's just very thoughtful, and I love his answers, and he's on YouTube. You can look him up, Rupert Spira, Spira, and he had one the other day where a woman was asking him about how to get over sorrow or to move past the sorrow, and he brings that up. He says there is no past. He says imagine. Well, all right. So there is. It's not that it doesn't exist. Obviously, it's part of it. But I guess this is where I'm drawing that from. Imagine that you have no past, and imagine that you have no future. Is there any sorrow? And if there's no past and there's no future, if you are just right now, do you have any sorrow? Unless you're going through something right now that's very, very difficult.
At this very second.
Alarm's going off. I got to go. Can't finish the thought.
I love you, pal.
Just messing with you. But yeah, so like but I was just living in the now. But like Constantine's story is a perfect example. I look at that kind of thing and I think, man, that guy got all these breaks. He knew people, whatever. But no, he worked hard. Maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But he worked hard, and he followed his passion. He did the thing that brought him joy, not because of. I don't know what his motivations were, so I'm not going to speak for him. But
it was intrinsic.
Well, it seems like this is his passion, and he followed it. And look where it got him. This is awesome. That sounds great. That's a huge career. Yeah. And it's amazing. And so we can sit and look at that and go, oh well, he must have had some kind of lucky break or whatever. Maybe he just really tried.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and so it doesn't matter if you get to that height or not. It's just about following your passion, doing what brings you joy. That's it. And like with this podcast, maybe you survive with it, maybe you don't, but you keep doing it because you enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, then it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where it takes you. It's just
That's right.
It's joy.
Oh my God.
That's where it's at.
It's almost every day I say that.
Yeah. So he had a great story about illustrating that. So this resolution stuff, forget all of it. Just follow your passion. Do what you enjoy.
And if you find something offensive, Paul probably finds it funny.
Right. This is the T-shirt I mentioned last week.
He's happier than you.
Right. This is a T-shirt I had trouble with because it's like I don't like the comparison thing. That was what really initially set me off. It took me some time to process it. But like, if you find it offensive, I find it funny. That's why I'm happier than you. But it's not about happier than you. It's just that I think I would be more comfortable with the wording if it said that's why I'm happy.
That's why I'm happy, period. Yes.
But even not happy, I would use peace instead. Just my own personal little nuances of if I wrote the shirt, it'd say, you find that offensive? I don't.
You can always make shirts,
I don't
buddy.
know. I know you could. I don't care, but I don't want to.
Why not?
I have in the past wanted to. I don't now. I want to make my
Forget about the past. Forget about the past.
Yeah. I did forget about that. That's why I'm not making T-shirts right now. I let it go. All right. I have to go to my office now.
I love you, man. I already can't wait.
Next Tuesday.
I already can't wait. I already can't wait. Thanks, buddy.
Neither can I.
Listen, Paul Brody with us. We're going to have him again next Tuesday. Don't forget a winter weather advisory. It remains in effect until 7 a.m. tomorrow. Officially goes in place at noon today for some mixed precipitation. Total snow and sleet accumulation of up to an inch. Ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch. Paul would be more than happy to come over to your house with his measure tape and measure the accumulation of ice on your vehicle and make sure that it is right at 1/10. Again, yes. This is for all of northern New York and central and northwest and southern Vermont. So pretty much all of us. Again, from noon today until 7 a.m. tomorrow. So plan on some slippery roads for your drive-in tomorrow morning on your commute. And it looks like afternoon, evening hours continuing overnight is what it's going to be. Rain, snow, sleet, all that fun stuff. So thanks to Paul, and I want to give a shout-out this morning to Giroux General Transport in Barrie. I think most of us, if not all of us, are well aware, no matter what state you live in, that there has never been a demand higher for CDL drivers across the country than there is right now. Class A and Class B CDL classes have been full for months now. Their February 6th class over at Giroux General Transport, I believe that it is full. I believe they just picked their final spot on the roster. If that is not the case, we will let you know about it immediately. But I believe they're full. They have been just jammed for, I say, months. It's been well over a year now that they've been filling up way ahead of schedule. So if you're interested in getting into the next class, if you're thinking about having a career, and there's so many different avenues that you can go down. You can be a local driver, you can do some distance, and everything in between. The phone number, 802-279-3325, and find out everything that you need to know about all future class dates. And you can also visit them on Facebook, too, Giroux General Transport. Also, a shout-out this morning to Rich McSheffrey over at the Cornerstone, right in the heart of Barrie City. Don't forget, tomorrow is burger night, $5 burger night. Get on in there, get a burger and some fries for $5. They'll get you seated, they'll get you fed, they'll get you on your way, and it is a fantastic meal, amazing atmosphere, and we just love them. Cornerstone Pub and Kitchen, again, right in the heart of the Granite City. Rich McSheffrey was just in here not too long ago with Mike Allen. Rich, of course, has got a seat on the governor's task force to support our local community action team, the Everyone Eats program, which he talked about. We just love everything they do. On Facebook at Cornerstone PK, that's Pub and Kitchen. On the web at cornerstonepk.com. And if you'd like, you can always call in an order ahead of time, 476-2121. They'll have it ready for you, 476-2121. Thanks for catching the show. Thanks to Paul Brody, and we're going to have him back, of course, next Tuesday. I look forward to it. Tomorrow, what do you do if you haven't taken your Christmas tree down yet? We're going to have some fun with that tomorrow morning right here on Air It Out. Listen, be well, take good care, and we'll catch you again real soon.